Hello everyone, this is Brian Bentley at CoinOpTV, bringing you more of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. This is part 2 of my mission through Iran's Quad's headquarters, or the list on the menu is Special Missions Headquarters. So again, we're now trying, we have the intel, you saw in part 1, now we're trying to escape. So they kind of have this like studio thing going on here, where I'm guessing they tape whatever propaganda, you know, they do. So you just saw me snipe somebody. I'm going to snipe a few more people because I have to admit now, you know, I mean, I've probably been in this mission for well over 30 minutes. I'm losing a little patience. That's something I kind of realized, that when the missions are taking 45 minutes to an hour, because I'll fully admit, stealth games are not really, like, I like playing them, but I'm not necessarily very good at them. So, you know, like, I was able to easily pick off this guy with my, you know, sniper rifle, which is silenced, you know, to keep people away. But it's not really my forte. So I do have a little, you know, here and there of I fail a bunch before I can succeed. So going back over what I said before about the 3 different types, you'll notice that when I use the silent sniper rifle, that I get a little, there's a little symbol there. It has the little claw for the panther. So I'm going to pick first I have to take the guy's helmet off on this heavy infantry guy, and then I have to miss him a few times before I finally shoot him in the face. Once again, the shadow is there to show where the enemies know your last known position is. I'm going to try to go around and flank them. Well, actually, first I'm going to get seen by this guy, because I'm not really the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to this part of the mission. Because I didn't see that guy there. Probably because I have my night vision goggles on and I didn't knock out enough lights. That's not the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover my tracks. So this is what I did when I got into trouble, is I always covered my tracks by throwing down a proximity shocker in a doorway that I knew was my back. So instead of you know, like, say back in like Battlefield 2 or something, you would have, you know, when you're going to snipe, you know, you put out your little claymore at the ladder so that if someone got up, you heard the explosion behind you. Hopefully it took them out too, but so it was the same way with the proximity shocker. I would always drop them in places where I knew it would have my back. Because, you know, for the most part, when you're Sam Fisher, you're alone. Now, one of the things I would have liked to have tried is some of the co-op missions that they have, some of the 4th echelon co-op missions. So the mission givers are your team on the Paladin, the large flying airplane. Up in the skies, that is your mission hub, which is really cool. I was actually a pretty big fan, and then I realized this guy's here, and I'm like, oh no, I better, okay, I killed him. And then that guy that was standing there on the stairs, for some reason, I still forgot that he was there. So this is what happens when I've kind of, I don't want to say lost my cool, but I've kind of gone from, alright, I'm going to try to be a ghost and try to be stealthy too. Screw it, I'm going to run around, I'm just going to start popping these guys. So I go into more of an assault mode, and you'll notice that when I make the kills, actually I think on this one snipe coming up, I don't know if I get both guys with one shot, but I really try. So you'll notice there's 2 separate guys. Oh, no, never mind, I lied, it was 2 shots. But you'll notice that there's the, you know, the crosshairs to show I did an assault move rather than... but then I say, you know what, I'm going to calm down, I'm going to shoot out some lights, we're going to go back to the ghost mode. Now in each level, well, most of the levels, I don't want to say every level, most levels, they have 3 items, you can kind of secondary objectives that you can go after. There's the dead drop, which looks like a little flash drive sitting down, and I just wanted to check up here, you know, to see if there's anything, just to make sure that they're cleaning properly. Yeah, or I just missed the open button for the door. The laptop, where you can hack into a laptop, and then, you know, that's another thing. And the third thing is what they call a bag and tag. So there's a high value target and you'll see that coming up in the next section. And it's usually broken down that way. So the first section, so one of the sections you'll find either the laptop, the dead drop, or the high value target. The second section you'll find one of the other two, and the last section you'll have a piece. So now I'm all about, okay, I'm gonna, go back into ghost mode. I'm gonna do this, except for, yep, I just walked right by the guy. Then I shot the guy and let the doors close, which means that I have completely locked myself out, because now I do not have an RFID chip to get me through the door. Not one of this section. I'm gonna fully admit is not my best work. Now the music comes on, letting me know that there's probably some guys coming around, and I'm thinking they're gonna come from this way. So I am trying to be stealthy to move around. Of course, I didn't realize they were actually behind me. So I go to get an RFID tag on one of the guards because I needed to get through the door. So I don't know. I mean, I really wanted to try the co-op missions that they have. I mean, you can do them solo, and I tried to do one solo, and you can tell that if you had another person, things would definitely use the fire extinguisher to my advantage. But you can definitely tell that having a second person would be crucial. So now I'm going to use this guy for his RFID tag and get through. There's also a multiplayer component of Spy vs. Mercs. I've not tried that yet. I kind of just wanting to focus in on the single-player mode because I knew that it would take me a little extra time. I never really... you've noticed that I've been able to refill my gadgets a couple of times, and other than once or twice where I've relied heavily on one gadget or another, I've never really felt like I was out of bullets ever. So I don't know if that's because some of the other parts are so realistic. Oh, I do use the look under the door snake cam, which is pretty cool. One time, what I like about the snake camera is you can actually use it to attract guys. So I look under the door, see a guy there, press the attract button, and then as soon as I know he's behind the door, you kick the door down and knock him out. Now that's considered a silent takedown. By the way, here comes some really, really smart tactics on my part. Ready? So I'm carrying all these metal weapons. What do? Go right through the alarm sounding alarm. As soon as I did it, I was like, why did I do that? I do not know. So that's okay if you want to laugh at me, because believe me, I laughed at myself as soon as I did it. And I'm like, now it's time to snipe some people in the face. Now I get the nice panther kills on these. I try to knock the guy's helmet off, but now he still has this riot shield. I didn't have a chance. I want to try to go and grab a knock out a guy with a riot shield and use the riot shield, but I have not had the opportunity yet. So once I kind of get these kills down, we're going to go outside, and it's time to exfil, which I get to go and use the drone again. So that's I'm a big fan. Now, I guess there was an opportunity here where I could have used my execute command, but like I said in the first part, I really try not to use it unless I don't want to use the word desperate, but it's more like I feel like it's kind of a cheat, and I know I'm only in normal mode, so it's not like it really needs to be that, it's not hardcore in any stretch of the imagination, which in the highest in quote-unquote perfectionist mode, you are not allowed to use the execute. It doesn't exist in that. So some of the things I really liked about this game, the combat, like the different play styles, the way they really play that up, feels fresh comparatively, and to a series that has been around for as long as Splinter Cell has. So I really like that. I felt like that Ubisoft tried to use the Kinect for with the "Hey you, on this on the Kinect to use it as a verbal command without it feeling too gimmicky. I know it is gimmicky. I'm not going to say it isn't, but it didn't feel forced. I didn't feel like I had to use it, but I wanted to use it because it was, I don't want to say fun like that, but you know, it gave me something extra with you know, with the Kinect. And yeah, I could have pushed the back button, but I didn't want to. It was fun. A couple of the things is I really liked the hub area, the Paladin, the giant plane above the Earth. It's interactive. There are some things to do. You can call your daughter Sarah, and there was multiple ways of managing, you know, like customizing your gear or managing the plane, because you can kind of get upgrades for the plane itself, which open up different unlocks. So I'm not gonna, you know, they at least didn't make it where you have to go way out of your way to do one thing or another. They kept it, you know, interactive but not obtrusive. So I'm not gonna wait for this guy to go away because the bag and tag high value target is coming up ahead, and you'll notice that he'll be, as soon as he gets within range, I had to make sure I was in non-lethal mode, but as soon as he gets in range, I'll be able to, it'll say capture above his head, as opposed to the other guy who was right near us, where it didn't say anything. So a couple of things I liked, they're always challenging you, especially with, you know, like I had a couple of my friends on my Xbox Live list, and they said, you know, so-and-so, you know, prove to them that you're a better Panther, and they'll give you money that you can use in the game to upgrade your ship or upgrade your gear, whatever. So I'm going to I just pull out the drone again, just because I liked using it. Now, you can use the drone. If you notice it says Y detonate. There is a challenge for called kamikaze, where you go and you blow somebody up. I wasn't really feeling that here. Now, there is a component here where they have dogs that can they use scent to find you rather than sight. So you kind of have to use a few different tactics. I really tried to either use the shock, like from the drone, like this, or not sleeping gas or knockout. I don't know. Just wasn't feeling killing the dogs. I know that may sound strange, but that wasn't for me. It's not like there's zombie dogs from Resident Evil or something where I don't feel quite as, you know, they're just, you know, dogs that are trained to find people like me, or people like Sam Fisher. Couple other things I like is they do have a metagame inside of the SMI, which is the you know, the interactive piece to it. So that's where you see your missions and stuff, where they kind of have you look along the screen. It kind of had that feel from like some of the stuff you had to do, like in Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, to kind of unlock different pieces. So they have that sort of metagame thing. I've never been successful in that yet, but I want to be. Like I had mentioned in the first game, there was the whole SpiderBot app. I think what I really liked about the SpiderBot app is it kind of gave us a early demonstration of how Ubisoft's gonna start integrating these the smart screen, the secondary you know, these secondary things to enhance the experience. So when we were at E3, I saw it with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I saw it in The Division. I'm sure they're going to have something for Watch Dogs. I can't imagine how they wouldn't have something for Watch Dogs. So I really like how Ubisoft's going to try to integrate these pieces into their into the overall game structure. So I really like that, and I think the SpiderBot, you know, thing it's a fun distraction. It's, you know, it's a typical mobile experience where it's kind of throwaway, but there's a lot that, you know, there's a good small chunks to be had, especially considering stuff like this. Let me see, I got more money for the high value target. Now I get to use the drone to shoot out the cars. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, please don't be a driving thing. I can handle shooting from above, but driving especially in a game like this, driving probably not a good idea. It was sort of like the motorcycle scene in Resident Evil 6, and you're like, this is dumb. Right, so I was very happy this wasn't technically a driving simulation, quote unquote. It was more for the shooting part that's coming up. So Grim makes a tough decision right here. But neither here nor there. The voice acting is actually... I actually like the voice acting, even if some of it's a little overacting. I still like that. I still thought it was pretty good. So overall, I mean, Splinter Cell Blacklist, especially if you... if first of all, if you're a huge fan of this thing, you got to be buying this, no doubt. If you're a huge fan of stealth games or Splinter Cell, you're definitely going to be buying this. But even if you've been away from, you know, maybe you weren't all about Conviction or whatever, this might be something to check out because I've really enjoyed it, and this is definitely not my number one thing, but. Yeah. By the way, I had no idea that I had missiles, so I only used the cannon. You know, I'm not much on reading. Reading's work or something. Anyway, be sure to like this video and leave a comment down below. You like Splinter Cell, you don't like Splinter Cell, you like my commentary, just drop us a line and let us know how we're doing.